I don't like how it goes live and then you just sit here for like a minute waiting on people to show up. What's up, guys? We're gonna talk about 2018 and all the chaos. So this year started with me at Nanny and Pop's house. If you know the Marine, if you see my post about the Marine, that's Pop. Started off spending the night at their house watching New Year's Eve stuff on TV and doing fireball shots. Marine found fireball. So he started fireball shots. 3 weeks later, Facebook sent me a memory telling me that my pacemaker I had was 7 years old. And so I needed to check that because I had not been keeping up with the checks, just wasn't concerned about it, having way too much fun DJing, enjoying life. Wasn't really my problem. And so I got the machine that I used to check the pacemaker and tried to send a report. Wouldn't work. Finally had to call Medtronic, which is a company that makes it. And when I got a hold of them, they told me that the machine I was using was outdated. And that's the reason it wasn't working and wasn't sending a report. They had to send me a new part to add to that machine to get a report to send to a cardiologist. Got that, sent the report. 3 days later, my phone's going off like crazy. It's a cardiologist office in Jacksonville saying pacemaker's in battery alert mode. Been that way for 2 years. So for 2 years, I was working and just going around with the pacemaker lighting up saying, hey, we need to be changed out. This ain't working. Which explained why I was getting really tired, wasn't feeling the best over the year before that this happened. So for the next week, I was on the phone arguing with the cardiologist and the nurse back and forth about the best course of action to do the surgeries. How are we going to do it? What was the timeline going to be? How long is the recovery? What are we doing? Because they also needed to go in and do a cardiac ablation. Never had that procedure done before. So they broke it into 2 operations for me. Come in one day, do the pacemaker. Pacemaker was easy. That was half a day. That was about maybe 3 hours in surgery, if that. Recovery about an hour, 45 minutes. We're in the car, home by 3 o'clock. I was great. Didn't even take any pain pills. 6-inch cut across the left shoulder, new power pack implanted, plugged in, programmed. I'm home, I'm good for a month. Then went back for the ablation. The ablation really weird because it's cath lab. Cath lab's easy. Done those. Cath lab is easiest thing I could ever do. I thought. Till I was in there for 9 hours. 9 hours hurts. 9 hours cath lab wasn't fun. And a cardiac ablation really wasn't fun because when you read that procedure, it's they're in there burning scar tissue out on your heart. And they're inside your heart doing that. So it was a rough procedure. I mean, made it through all that. I was out of the hospital within 36 hours of walking in, so it wasn't bad. Little hospital stay. Worst part was having to have the 2 incision sites checked on my groin every hour for 14, 15 hours, I think. I had a really cute nurse. And it's really hard to put me in situations where I don't take the opportunity to flirt with a really cute nurse. But when they're doing groin checks, not even I could flirt through that. That's just awkward. So got home, everything's good. Pacemaker's good. Bluetooth now. Doing the checks, keep up with the checks. The phone is linked to the pacemaker. Ed yells at me when it's time to do a pacemaker check, which is crazy. So we got all that done. All that's over. I'm home. I'm good. Everything's going good. Relax. No problems. Until I wake up one day and I have lost complete control of this entire side of my face. I'm serious. I was Tom Cruise from Vanilla Sky. Half of my face did not work, was in a complete spasm, nonstop. And it's called fasciculations, or I'm not even exactly sure how to say the word, but it was miserable. It was miserable. I bothered my poor doctor like crazy. I was calling almost every day. What can I do? What can I take? I was at a pharmacy. I stayed on Google. Google killed me 10 times this year with looking at different symptoms for crap. And basically, what I was told was I went through the 2 heart procedures and didn't take time to mentally process what had happened, because I come out of surgeries and I go right back to whatever I was doing before the surgery, which for me this year was I got to finish a book. I had a book to finish. I don't stop long enough to process and like deal with emotions like a grown up should. So the fasciculations or I don't, whatever it was my brain manifesting the stress from the surgeries in a way that made me realize what I had been through. That it wasn't something I could just play off. And I really, really wanted to play it off. And it took about 6 weeks for that to finally go away. It took time to kind of work its way out. Technical glitch. I guess going Bluetooth, my brain just didn't take the update too well. That's what we'll tell the story as. And so that finally went away. And then it was right into that planning the toy drive. And the toy drive's what I look forward to. That's what really kept me going this year was we're going to do another toy drive. And we got linked up with Golden Isles Olive Oil this year. And Jane at Peacock Productions was the one that got that all linked up, and it was so much fun this year because we had Santa and Frosty the Snowman, Buddy the Elf, the Grinch, uh, Reindeer, Miss Claus. I mean, elves. We had so much fun with the toy drive this year. And we had the cool car with Joe Thomas gave us a car again this year, and it was so much fun, so much great memories from the toy drive. And we had almost 300 toys. Uh, Sorry, that's dogs barking at fireworks that neighbors are setting off. Everybody knows Bruno Bailey. Bruno Bailey helped run the entire End the Stigma campaign. So the toy drive was a huge success. I mean, great success. Just like last year, we did it again. This year, we went to Wolfson Children's Hospital because Wolfson's took care of me and did both of my surgeries and got me back online this year. So it was time to give back to them. And that was really cool to be able to do. And then we had the story made First Coast News, and the story went crazy. There was over 1,000 reactions on Facebook and over 100, almost 150 shares. So I don't know how many people the story made it out to, but I mean, the year's just been crazy. And now we're coming to an end, and I'm just thinking about what is 2019 going to be? Like, please don't replicate like the medical issues from 2018, even though the story is really funny and fun to look back on. I don't want to relive that again. I don't want to go through that twice. It was fun. It's a fun story, but I mean, we don't want to do that again. But 2018 definitely been memorable. Definitely one I won't forget. I mean, wrote a book, got the book finished, did second annual toy drive. There's going to be a lot more DJing going on in 2019. I can tell you that. I'm going to get back to doing what I love, and that's really, really what I love. And I hope to be able to do that at conferences. I really hope some of these national conferences realize that they're missing a huge opportunity with me when it comes to being a heterosexual AIDS activist. There's not very many white male straight activists in this country. And I can come and tell a story that I guarantee nobody has heard. And I'll throw a huge party afterwards. I've got lights and fog and foam and I mean, whatever you want to do, however crazy you want to get, I'm ready to get that crazy. I'm ready to show that there is life after an HIV diagnosis. And I was diagnosed with AIDS. When I was diagnosed, I didn't know if I would even make it 6 months after that. And I'm 17 years later doing great, doing amazing things and changing lives for kids in pediatric wards. And that's what it's all about. So 2018, you tried to stop me. You tried to slow me down. All you did was give me more reason to fight. And you woke up a lot more fight inside of me. So I'm not going anywhere. I'll see you guys around. Thanks.